Welcome guys, I'm the Racengineer. We are in Britain for the British Grand Prix of my Driver Career road series, and it's just finishing up some simulated practice, and this is the 58th race of the and this one's coming out a little bit later, and I went to Beast because I'm an update, basically, spending too much time playing with it and doing stuff that isn't to do with this when I should be. But here we are, just in the R&D screen, and I am fully a week behind, which is annoying, but I'm just gonna go with some minor energy recovery system upgrade, and now I'm gonna go with engine power. Make up mine. Yeah, okay, engine power, definitely not that one. No, I didn't. Okay, anyway, first of all, we've got change our we're gonna take out our wheel because our pedals are not working, and we're gonna see where we are in the performance chart because we are at the new team, and we've got components that are not actually ours. They are the air Gatsby's, which I'm a bit surprised about. I don't know what. I guess it makes sense because it's the car. So you can't take the car with you because it's Honda. But it's annoying. Why can't we just fresh ones? Anyway, I'm gonna go to qualifying for our very first qualifying session with our new team. Hopefully we can show them why they took us on board, and the only way to do that is to go to British qualifying. Let's go. I'm going to British qualifying, by the way. So here we are in the garage now, and we've got to find out who we replaced, and looking right there, it's Pierre Gasly, and everything else I'm setting at 27.3 is we go on to start our lap. Album going a full second on that, and my wheel for some reason felt a little bit light, if you know what I mean. It felt that I was turning too much, and it was yeah, but Sebastian Vettel now set at 29.9, and we're going to go across the line to set our first lap, and it's P9 in the behind Russell, which is a little bit annoying. So we're going to go across the line for our second lap. We're going to go 1.4 seconds quicker, and that's P16, which is more like it. And I keep pausing because I don't stuff. But we're going to go across the line to start our final lap now. So we're going to head towards turn 1. I'm actually going to do proper entry now. Flat through turn 1, flat through turn 2, heading towards turn 3, we're up on the delta, braking just before the curb starts before turn 3. Going to turn 4, braking just before the apex goes out of view, start slowing down then. Going through turn 5 now, flat through there, little bit of steering to go through the corner. Going towards turn 6 now, braking at about the 50-meter board, going all the way into the corner, braking just at the yellow stuff on the grass, going through the corner now, exiting, losing the rear end just a little bit, which is a little bit annoying. Going through Woodcote now, going on the national pit straight, and going through Cops now, I believe. Go flat through there, but go a little bit wide, so that's a little bit illegal. Going through Maggots and Faggots now, going flat, going and braking down into 6th gear, down into 5th gear, going onto the Hanger Street, going up into 7th gear, 8th, going under the bridge now, and we're going to ask where our teammate is, and they're in 12th. Hopefully 4 tenths is going to be a big enough improvement. Charles Leclerc says 25.5 as we go through Stowe, and we're going a little bit too fast, so we get a truck extended warning for going outside the circuit, going past the glasses of the grandstand, because those two black banners look like glasses. But we've lost most of our time, and so we only get a 1/10 improvement, and that puts us up into P16 for our very first qualifying session in the Alpha Tauri. That's bad. We should have been at least 1, 2, 3 more tenths up.
With qualifying
last time I checked, I was
it's time to
going
remind
to be 4
ourselves
tenths
of
up.
our top
So
three,
where would I
Leclerc,
have been?
Hamilton, and
Charles
Valtteri
Leclerc
Bottas.
and the fastest
With qualifying
lap.
complete, all that
Not
remains
too
is the
bad.
main event.
Head of
We'll
both
be live and uninterrupted
Mercedes,
for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so
which
make
is ahead
sure
of
you
his
join us
teammate.
then.
Alex Albon getting 5th ahead of Max Verstappen, not too bad. And 3 tenths improvements would have probably put us ahead of 4 tenths improvement, which would have been 3 more, would have put us ahead of our teammates. So yeah, disappointing qualifying session, but Emma thinks it's a good one. Yeah, I don't think I can beat any of them at the moment, because I'm in an Alpha Tauri. Yes, it gives us an opportunity to show off our power unit.
Around this team at the moment.
Well, if there's above, it's because they deserve it. All the teams are working hard this season, obviously. Yeah, it's Formula 1. You can't stay in Formula 1 without working hard. Achieving some acclaim from that qualifying session and those interview answers. Hopefully we'll get a suitable rival that we can beat. But we've got rain for the British Grand Prix. What a surprise. Not really. Don't have enough resource points to get anything, so we're just going to look at see what I would need. But let's go to the British Grand Prix. Let's go. My home Grand Prix. I've messed that up, but carry on.
Welcome along then to Great Britain and the Great Silverstone Circuit for today's Grand Prix. Silverstone Circuit then. It's 3.6 miles long and has a total of 18 corners. And of course, is no stranger to the rain. There won't be any DRS available in these conditions, but the Wellington and Hangar Straights are still good opportunities to tuck into the slipstream and make a pass. Alongside me to discuss all the action today is Anthony Davidson. Thanks for joining us, Ant. And tell me, you were down in the pit lane earlier. How do you think the track conditions are today?
Well, it's looking a bit cold out there, if I'm honest. These tyres have quite a narrow operating window in terms of the temperatures they need to extract the best grip. So with a cold track surface, it's going to be harder to keep those temperatures up, which will lead to lower grip and maybe more mistakes.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Bottas, Vettel, Alexander Albon, and Verstappen, Sainz, Norris, Gasly, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Ocon, Perez, Daniel Kvyat, and Ricciardo, Magnussen, the engineer, Kimi Raikkonen, and Roman Grosjean, Russell, and Nicholas Latifi. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So here we are on the grid for the British Grand Prix now, and like Jeff is saying, it is my home Grand Prix, so I am looking to have a good one, and hopefully we do have a good one. But the best way to have a good one is to start the race. So let's go to the race now. We are at the race, and we've got to start the race now. So hopefully we can, and let's see if we do well for our very first British Grand Prix, our home Grand Prix. So we get ready for the 5 lights now to start the British Grand Prix. And the 5 lights are out now, and we are underway for a good start. We got a good start against Magnussen, but then he gets a better acceleration phase. Going towards turn 1 then. Magnussen, we drive into the back of Magnussen because he has to brake because of the wet weather and the driver's ahead of him. But because of that, we've lost our front wing, and now we're trying to make up as many positions as we can before we have to decide whether we need to pit or not to change that front wing damage. As behind us now, Kavir and Kevin Magnussen going side by side down the Wellington straight, going into Brooklands we are, and we're keeping in touch with Ricardo just a little bit, going through Lovefield now, not too bad, staying within touch, but Jeff now tells us that we need to change our front wing, and that is what we are going to do on the very end of this lap. And if you saw, we were going half lock and we still weren't even making the corner. So we're going into pit lane now for the very long pit lane, as soon as we go in, Hamilton sets a 1:41.1. So yeah. You know, when I said I wanted a good Grand Prix, usually getting front wing damage does not count as that. That usually means a bad Grand Prix. We're gonna have to make the most of what we can, and unfortunately no one else is going to be making a pit stop as it is the wet weather. So 9.1 second pit stop as we're going to go down the pit lane. 30 is probably going to be about 42 second pit lane, maybe even 45. Going through 44.2. We go out the pit lane and we're going a bit slowly and to get the traction, and we lose the traction when Jeff tells us about the overtake burn, which is a bit weird. Lewis Hamilton sent a 37.4, I believe. As we're going to go to the end of lap 2 is we get a massive tank slapper due to the fact that we got on the curb, which we shouldn't. 10 minutes left of the rain, which should bring us till about lap 10 maybe. As we're going to go through the end of lap 3 now, setting a 1:40.7. Hopefully we can close in on Latifi throughout all these laps, as we closed in about 1.1 seconds on that lap, 1:40.0 now. So we're 26.6 behind Latifi, making that now 24.4. So we've gained 2 seconds on Latifi on that lap by gaining 3 tenths on our personal best. As now we're going to go through lap 6, as about halfway through the race now, and we're just going to ask Jeff about the weather, the fastest lap, which is a 37.4. We need to improve about 2.2 seconds, and then we got that. It's only 2.2 seconds. As we go through lap 7 now, and we set a purple final sector. Going through lap 8, as we've got 5 laps of fuel remaining, 14 seconds gap to Latifi, which is coming down rapidly. So we're going to ask how much it's coming down by.
14.2 seconds
to Jeff.
on old Inters. Their tyres are 8 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:42.7. We're gaining by around 4 seconds per lap.
So like Jeff said, we're closing in by 4 seconds a lap. So on average, we should close in on Latifi and overtake him by the end of the race. But that's if we are gaining by 4 seconds per lap. And the puddles are clearing, so we are doing the right tyre with a million away from slick. But is that enough to go to the end of the Grand Prix? I said the rain would be about stopping about now. No, it hasn't. It's 8 seconds now down to Latifi, but we haven't closed in enough. We've only closed in 3 seconds in the past 2 laps, so it's now lap 7 as we're going full lock through that corner, which is mad. As there's yellow flag on the hanger straight, and Antonio Giovinazzi is out of the Grand Prix. There's the yellow flags, and there's the Chicken Alpha Romeo going through, and Jeff tells us about it once we're almost at green flags. But we're going to the end of lap 11 now, using all the DRS that we can, and we're closing in to Latifi, but we only closed in by 1 second on that lap. As it's now 6.5 to Latifi ahead, as Lewis Hamilton sets a 37.1. There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining currently, as we're going to go through the final corner now. 4 seconds to Latifi. Can we close in those 4 seconds to Latifi? But I don't think we can, as Lewis Hamilton wins the Grand Prix. Latifi is still 4 seconds ahead of us, but by the end of the time, it's 3 seconds ahead. We're not going to get it in our first Alpha Tauri Grand Prix. It's P19. a disappointing result. But a result nevertheless. At least we finished. Even Nancy can't say that.
Well, they've done a brilliant job, I must say, under some intense pressure to take a well-earned victory here at the British Grand Prix. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
Well done, Lewis Hamilton. 1-3 for Mercedes. Charles Leclerc bottling it, then dropping from first to second, handing Lewis Hamilton the win. So Charles Leclerc not on form. Must have lost it on the first lap, I believe, because I think Lewis set the first fastest lap. Yeah, he did. So Charles lost it all on the first lap. So level 16 on experience points now, as we get a nice pair of gloves. And next up is a helmet, which we should be able to achieve.
Let's see what effect
Although I
this
wanted to
result
achieve
has
it
had
now,
on the driver's standings.
we can't do
Points for
everything now.
Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. After an incredible day of racing,
P19.
who was your driver of the day?
Could have been a
Ant?
better
For me, it's
result,
got to
but
be Lewis Hamilton, multiple world champion, maybe
from
the
time to
boring
time you're going to
choice at
have
this
these
point,
results.
but you can't
And,
argue that he's a driver
you
deserving
just got to
of his
make it the
reputation.
most
It's
of
time
what
to see how
happens.
things are shaping
So,
up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead.
up in
It's
their
been an
numpty,
absolutely
and I've
wild
forgotten
weekend of Formula One
to
action. I can't
watch
wait
the
to see
highlights.
what's
So you're
next.
going to have no highlights, so the music's going to start playing soon. So I'm just going to shut up now, and I'm going to do my outro now. And yeah, I've been a
Fans really
Racengineer.
seem to enjoy that.
Should every friend with friends have common interest, like, subscribe, and whatnot. Comment your thoughts on the Magnussen collision at the very start of that Grand Prix. But until next time, I'm a Racengineer. Goodbye.
Comfortable in the wet weather today? Any comments, like, questions? Great. Well, that's everything.
Which company do you select? As while you will receive a claim for beating them, you'll lose a claim if you fail to do so.